I'm Elandra, born in Denmark, raised in New Zealand, went through Auckland University looking for wisdom, arrived into London, became a movie star, met my yoga teacher husband, and lived in California for a while. Then I had a dramatic healing miracle on my ankle. I watched in front of my eyes the bones being knitted back together, proven by x-rays before and after. I became a hands-on healer. I've been a yoga teacher in all those years. And looking for the consciousness that caused this. I mean, how does miracle healing happen? How can bones be knitted back together just instantly like that? So I set out to find out how, and arrived into Hawaii. And there is a tradition of such healings, and it's because of consciousness. So here in our world, in the Western world, our understanding is very driven by valuing the rational mind. My favorite quote is Einstein, our beloved Einstein, right? Intuition is a sacred gift, and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have forgotten the gift and honor the servant. And that is at the base of the problems of our whole society, our culture, and our world that's in a state of necessary collapse. It's because of valuing something that is leading us nowhere. And so reversing the valuing and valuing the heart and valuing living in our bodies and our health is what's majorly important and what can make the shift. And whether it has to happen through pain, through great earth changes, it has to happen. And we have to be able to be more connected with our intuition and our bodies. And valuing our bodies, right? You know, we got to learn through our conditioning that we were kicked out of heaven, right? We were Eve, right? Evil. and we got kicked out. So then what? You know, so we have this deep sense of separation. And that's what we're in the process of healing. So it's a great privilege for me to be in this place of not only sharing the consciousness and the aloha around the world, but landing here in New Zealand in this beautiful Kauai Purapura and working with these incredible people. And because the wisdom keeping and the wisdom seekers has always been a great passion of mine, and bringing them together in all these years, traveling back and forth from Hawaii to New Zealand, Aotearoa. Very, very important to traverse those trails once again and recover the memories, because it's all about remembering. We can do this. And instinctively we know, we have deep knowledge. And it is very hard to find in the world what's going on now, and yet it has to happen, you know. It's a great concern of mine that we have massive suicide, pill popping in the States, here in New Zealand as well, that a lot of, we need sacred activism like you can't believe, and that's what's happening. That's what it's about. So it's a wonderful thing that it happened, that I had this vision of wow, like wow, you know, meaning walking our wisdom, or waking our wisdom, or wielding our wizardry, or women of wisdom, and all of that, because that feminine energy into intuition is so important. So bringing that forth, and then working with these wonderful people here, Jenny and Deanna and Brian, it's been a great pleasure to put myself forth in that way with all that I am, from being the movie star, leaving that world, becoming the yoga teacher, and then really diving in deep, immersing myself in the ancient wisdom of Hawaii, which is Polynesia, you know? And they always knew that. They called it Hawaiki, and deep in the memories of all ancient people is that memory, that original memory that we're all one, We call it Akko fibers. It's quantum consciousness that's recognized now. We are all one. And so whatever I can do to help and support us to really feel that oneness, and the aloha spirit is love. And we use that word love, right? But love is not a feeling. Love is a consciousness that's way beyond sentimentality. It's a consciousness that creates miracles, that creates instant healing of all kinds of things under my hands as I'm working. I'm seeing it in front of my eyes with the Antion's music, the One and the Goddess music, that frequency. So bringing all of this together here at the Voices of Sacred Earth Festival has just been like a dream come true for me. Absolutely amazing, because it's everything that I've given my life to. You know, I left the world of fame and fortune, working with famous people, Roger Moore and Tony Curtis, and all kinds of famous people, because what was that leading me to? I felt myself losing my integrity. There was nothing in that world. And even now, it's like we are mind controlled to believe that this is something fantastic, to look up to celebrities. And what an empty, empty life that is. I tell you, it's truly empty. And I was so fortunate to be able to escape it, really. And then I went into a deep into spiritual practice through the yoga teachings. And then even that I had to move on from, because there's also a tendency to, you know, believe that spirit is higher and we're lower, the body is lower. And it's not until we can bring that together and really sacralize our bodies and feel that it really makes that difference. And now we always have done, we're leading Sacred Sights and Sounds journeys, as well as teaching my work called Lomichi Holographic Healing, which is always, I've just been invited to teach it, because people experience a session and feel that they're coming into this consciousness of knowing their bodies for the first time, actually feeling them, because, you know, we've become separated from our bodies. You know, that word soul retrieval, we've lost parts of ourselves through really a society and a culture that's so consumerist oriented, right? It's drastically dangerous for us if we don't pursue a spiritual path to bring us back to what is really true and what is really authentic. If we're not doing that, hey, you know, high rate of drugs and suicide, and, you know, I was just reading 1 in 5 is diagnosed as mentally ill here in New Zealand, our beautiful country, our clean green country. Yeah, what's going on? So it has to happen, and it's happening. That's the divine feminine. That's the return of the goddess. That is the ancient energy. And that's what the energy and spirit that I'm holding. You know, aloha means the joyful sharing of life energy in the present. And it's always becoming present with it. Just feeling in the moment how it really feels inside your body, listening to the beautiful sounds of the birds, or the sounds that are not so beautiful. But every time we open our ears and feel our senses, we are being in the present. Every time we can welcome our feelings, even our negative feelings, that's what makes all the difference. To welcome the anger, the frustration, the fear and the pain. In that moment of welcoming, we're making a difference. We're making a difference for the whole world. We're literally sacralizing our bodies. We're creating a sacred site right where we are in that moment when it's possible, instead of repressing those feelings and judging ourselves that we're bad for having them.